channel. Good sign.
I forgot. I'm sorry, Maharaj.
Pair our channels. We
Yeah.
do well in pairs here. Yeah. Go ahead there, River. Read a little bit more.
Okay. Cry, crying out in great humility, the Lord said, "Oh Krishna, my dear, my dearest Lord, you are my very life." The Lord wept in such a pathetic manner that even stone-like hearts melted in piety. The Lord continuously manifested these devotional moods of service in front of everyone. He discarded
In front of everyone. Let me call your attention to that. In front of everyone. One more time. In front of everyone, he exhibited these moods. Okay? Later on, he did it publicly, even. You know, why not? You get so empowered by this bhakti that you get the power to even transform the public. You know, yeah. See, it was necessary. It's got to be. People have to see that role model, otherwise they don't know. See, in front of everyone, isn't that amazing? Yeah? And they say, "Don't do that." You know how it is. Even in their sangha, even when I was in the Raj Sangha, even in the sangha, you're not allowed. Even in front of faithful people, you're not allowed to show this bhakti. Can you imagine? So anyway, it's time for that. Finish that. Why? Because we're now by the book. Yeah, in front of, if you're a faithful believer, especially, you should be able to see this. If the Lord is exhibiting, if He's empowering you to read like this and to chant like this or to know these things, you should be able to say and relish and right in front of everybody and show people what real worship is. Real worship. Otherwise, what are we going to go to the church and look? This is what the worship is. The Lord always going to want this kind of worship. Give me that dry wafer and put a little grape juice on it, and that'll be my wine. And I'm going to do this perpetually. Or I'm going to just go to the temple. You open the physical curtain. See, physical curtain. Open and the physical deity comes out with the flowers and all dressed nice and all of that. Let me perpetually worship the stone and the physical. Hey man, where's the spiritual worship? People might say, well, that's spiritual. Yeah, but it still looks like it's got a physical effect, man. You're not seeing the deity. Here, you want to open the curtain. I chant Hare Krishna, expecting that the curtain's going to open, and it does. See, the grace of the Lord seems to keep flowing, man. The curtain opens, and then the conch goes. The conch shell. The Lord very much wants to hear this conch now. Why? Because it's here. This conch is here. You guys are blowing conchs now. You're advanced to pujari. You're real pujaris now. You're better than those pujaris that for 25, 30, 40, 50 years pujaris. But now you blow the real conch that the Lord wants to hear. He wants to hear this conch. That's why Lord Chaitanya came. And he blew his nose. He blew the conch to teach us how to worship in spirit. See, in spirit and truth. Okay? Devotion to the word. Devotion to the name, right? Devotion to the name. It must be God if I'm devoted to that name. Must be God. If I'm devoted to this book, it must be God. His word, his character must be real, must be eternal. Because, man, I don't get bored of this book. How many times have you read Tom Sawyer? If you read it once, it's probably enough. And you put it on the shelf, and you, out of great pride, people come and they see, wow, you read a lot of books. Wow, you must be important. Yes, I read all those books. Have you read them 2 or 3 times? Oh, no, no, no. I read it once. Now I just keep them on the shelf. Very proud. Yeah. Or I'm very proud, I got Prabhupada's book, got a big set on the shelf. Yes, because I respect them, right? I respect. Never read them. They're not it. Well, I'm too busy. Too busy to read the books. Or I read them, I pull them out just because to make a show, because I was supposed to. Supposed to read at least once a day or once a week or once a month. I don't know. Go ahead, River, read on. We going on 4 hours again? I started late.
Yeah, 4 hours nearly.
Yeah, we still got 8 people, man. That's pretty good. Maybe we got more.
Great show.
Must be a great show, huh? I know we do different. I know you may not agree with everything Gohari says. You may disagree. You may say he shouldn't be showing these things. He shouldn't be saying these things. How dare he speak about, goosing God, man? What is that? That is raunchy, man. Hey, man, that's Vrindavan. Everybody's goosing God there, man. I could just imagine the gopis up there, and they go with their butt. They go, get them a little. You ever do that to a friend? You go, poof, like that. I bet they do that a lot to Krishna. Do the bump. Do the bump. Why not, man? His body's transcendental. I bet you get a thrill, man. I bet it'd be thrilling. His name, I get thrilled, man. His name is thrilling, man. It's a thrill. Hey, you adventure seekers out there, you want a thrill? Come here, chant Hare Krishna. We'll give you a thrill that you can't get. Paragliding, parachute, anything you do on the world will not be like the thrill you get chanting Hare Krishna and the thrill of ecstatic awakened bhakti. Oh, hey, you Vites, you want a thrill here? We'll get a thrill here that you can't get by your little conch worship and your flame worship out there with that. I'll show you a worship, man. It's very more thrilling. What?
Oh, I was just reading what somebody's written.
What did they read? What did they write?
Bhakti Bari Das, you put so many souls down with their relationship with God. Can you read that?
Yeah. That's a good. Thank you for saying that. Yeah, put so many souls down. It's so funny. Everything is reversed to me. I think you guys, everybody's in the friggin' mirror. I'm just bringing them up, and you think I'm taking them, putting them down. It's so funny. I'm picking them up, you idiot. Oh, I'm sorry.
You're helping them.
Teaching, taking them out of the illusion.
Thank you for saying. But I want to. Hey, please don't be offended. But if you are, what to do? But actually, everything is opposite. You think I'm putting them down? I'm bringing them up. They're down already. They never are up. They're not up, my friend. I'm bringing them up. Wake up. This is bringing them up. They're already down. They don't know it.
If we see he's in a stone, they see he's in a stone. They don't see Krishna in a stone. They don't see Krishna in a stone. It's an illusion.
They see their own stone hearts. I mean, okay, there's some devotion. There could be devotion. I mean, that's the whole point of deity. Where so you start doing the form. There's God out there, and you're over here. See, it teaches you a little bit. It's like the shadow of this relationship that's meant to be inside going. Also, see. So the devotee is chanting in the mantras, and he's feeling that's the deity, and you could also feel that way for the deity. But we have to be activated so that when you see the deity, you're actually seeing the deity. Otherwise, it's like Bhakti Siddhanta said, people go to see the deity. He's giving class. That's how you really see the deity. You hear from a real devotee, see him through the ear. But anyway, they go see the deity, and then they leave thinking they got darshan. The darshan was through Bhakti Siddhanta, through a pure devotee. But he said they just got good eye exercise. So I just address it like that. If you think that's devotion, the eye exercise, well, then that's your idea. That's not Bhakti Siddhanta's idea, nor mine. I'm here to transmit Bhakti Siddhanta's idea, which is, oh, great IX. Is that good enough for you? Or do you want to really see the deity by hearing the conclusive truth? See the deity through your ears from those who really perceive the deity and are telling you their experience of the deity. And what the Lord intimately informs them that they only know, that you can't know unless you're absorbed in the prema that you see here in this sangha. And see, to even instruct a person in prema shows that's ignorance. You but that's what people do. What are you going to do, man? That's why that's like an outsider mentality. I mean, if you're humble and took the chastisement, but most don't, most will go away offended because you're just neophytes, babies. That's the truth, man. You think I'm putting you down. I'm just bringing you up because you are down, man. You're way down there. I'm looking down the mountain now. See? And so if a lot of people, you know what Jesus said? Blessed are those who are not offended by me. See, offended by his word. But many were, and they were usually Pharisees or those who desired to be instructors of even pure devotees, those who realize God. People show their ignorance. It's so apparent. They come here and they want to instruct. They don't inquire. Oh, you put people down. Yeah. Really? No, it's not. That's not my view. They're already down. Everybody's down. Without devotion, you're down, man. You're down in the dump. Down in the dumps. Everybody's down in the dump. Reject place. This is the reclaiming. We're here to reclaim the oil. Yeah, really. I mean, that's really the essence. Here you see the symptoms of liberated souls. And the repentance is just to admit, boy, I'm an offender, man. I'm offensive, man. I think I here to instruct when I don't know nothing. See? Therefore, your blindness remains. Just like it's a teaching of Jesus. Jesus knew who he was. Gaur Das knows who he is. That's why he says these kinds of things. Jesus said, you don't admit your sin. You Pharisees don't admit your sin. You want to instruct me, tell me I shouldn't be healing on the Sabbath. You think you know God better than a guy who worships the Lord in devotion. Therefore, your sin remains and you will die in ignorance and with that covering. But look at this guy. He's sitting here. He can't get into the well. He realizes I'm helpless. Please help me, Jesus. See, Jesus was alive. Gaur Das is alive. Every living devotee is alive in the body, right? They can help you. But if you think, oh, I know so much about bhakti, who is he to say these things? I'm offended. I'm going away. Well, it's destiny, man. You're not ready for this. You're not repentant in your heart. So go out there, follow your rules. Go worship the stone out there for however long it takes, how many lifetimes it takes, until you can appreciate this and say, like Jesus said, I'm not coming back to Jerusalem till you can cry, until we've come to you here, until you can appreciate this crying of devotees and them calling out, like Lord Chaitanya did, right? Oh, my Lord. You don't like that? Well, you don't like the Krishna you're worshiping yet. You don't like the real God that you're worshiping. You don't know the real God you're worshiping. That's why we're here, to help things, to help those who want to know, who know that they're wretched without this kind of association, without being around those who have real experience of the transcendental. Okay? That's humility. You think humble pie out there, Radhanath, is humble? You think I'm putting him down by exposing his nakedness? You think that's real humility and not appreciating what is going on here and telling right to my face, right to God's face, right to Krishna's face? Go, Haridas, you're not in the disciplic line. Well, I beg to differ. My Lord begs to differ, and he needs a mouthpiece, and it's right here. Prabhupada begs to differ. So don't tell me what humility is. That ain't humility to me. That's arrogance. That's offense. We're here to distribute ecstatic love of God with a holy spirit of devotion. We're here to awaken bhakti in others. And this is all feigned Devananda Pandit type humility. That ain't nothing. The real thing is here. The false thing is there. That's simple, man. True and false. What do you want? You want true or you want false? That's how it is now, isn't it? When true is true, false is false. Can you tell the difference between the true and the false? Okay? True is Shuddha Bhakti, is Satchidananda, ecstatic love of God, the conceptions that come from that. And false is everything that's not. That means gurus who haven't realized Krishna. They don't have pure devotion awakened in their heart with the symptoms and the signs that, God is with them alive and kicking ass. You are kiss asses. I'm a kick ass. What do you rather be around? Kiss assers or kick assers? I'm here to kick ass, man. Don't think I didn't come here to start trouble. I'm a troublemaker, man. I'm rebellious. I'm reckless. I'm a revolutionary, spiritual revolutionary. I come here to kick ass, not kiss ass. You guys are ass kissers. You can't do this on your own. I can, because I'm an ass kisser. I mean, ass kicker. You're an ass kisser. I'm an ass kicker. Hey, man, I just got to, if I'm going to be an ass kicker, I got to kick ass, right? Don't, hey, man, you got to be with you got to be with your preaching, man. Be with your truth. Wasn't Jesus an ass kicker? Wasn't Prabhupada an ass kicker? You think there's any difference? These guys are ass kissers. They wouldn't have a job unless they kissed the ass of their GBCs, right? They couldn't be guru unless they were kissing the ass a little bit. Make some compromises. Go with the party lines in politics and all that stuff. Well, we're here to kick some ass, man. You ready? You ready to be kick ass? There's even a movie about that, wasn't it? Kick ass? Yeah, is it called Kick Ass or something? That guy was a real kick ass. Boy, you go and kick ass, man. Sometimes he got his ass kicked, but I don't get my ass kicked over here. Not when you got this Lord. Man, when I got Radha and Krishna behind you, I'm here to make you a real kick ass. You're going to come and kick some ass in this world, man. Kick some bullshit out. You won't be in fear of it either. Go ahead there. Just a little bit more. Oh, we're over the 4 hour limit. Is there a limit here? All right, one more verse. One more verse.
Does Tom want to read, Maharaj?
Oh, yeah. Well, we can't get into it. Read one verse, Tom. One or two verses. Because actually, I have to do some practical stuff this morning.
Yeah, okay. Which page?
428, and it's the last paragraph.
428. Thank
And
you
it's
for Jones.
about halfway through.
Yeah. Thank you also, River and Lolita.
So, does this guy respond at all to anything I said?
Yeah,
Or
he's
did
just dribbling. He's just
What else?
dribbling.
Give me another dribble. One more dribble. I want to hear. How
Go,
he
Lolita. You read.
Okay.
responds.
Lord Chaitanya's nature.
No. I want to hear a little dribble first.
What's a dribble?
It's what Barry Das is speaking.
Okay.
I want to hear Barry Das.
He said a lot, actually. You have to
Are
go
you?
right.
Yeah, good. Yeah, let's just spend some time reading that. Let me hear. I want to hear what Barry Das is saying. So you read it, River. Read it.
Okay. So one he says here, how do you know what's going on in ISKCON? Have you done done extensive study, Maharaj?
I spent 5 friggin' years in this gun. I did extensive study, more than I needed to do. It ain't changed. Same bullshit, man. They don't move very fast. Believe me. Yeah, go ahead, Lolita. You go ahead and do what you got to do. No, okay. Okay. All right. What else does Barry have?
This so-called guru's voice has just turned into the voice of the teacher from Charlie Brown. Wow, 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 wow.
Well, it's kind of right, man. It's Charlie Brown. That's our style here, Charlie Brown. Thank you very much for the compliment.
Lalita Ganga, who's being mean? If you can't stand up to my questions without calling me mean, you are being a sentimentalist. A sentimentalist. Your false ego is showing. Just like Krishna's just talking to him.
Yeah.
It's like reversed again.
Yeah.
And he says 5 years, big deal to you spending 5 years there.
Big deal. Yeah, it was a big deal, actually.
The big deal is that you was an ecstatic devotee there, and the Lord showed you practically everything that was going well.
Yeah, it's just rules, regulation, mundane, the material motivated behind there. I worked there for 12 years. I mean, for 12 hours a day, 7 days a week, just to make money for these motivated people. They only wanted money, man. You know, the money, it's just a money trip. It's mixed in with some religion, with money and stuff. But this is not real Bhagavatam, Barry. Barry, that's not real Bhagavatam. This Srimad Bhagavatam is not materially motivated. It's only understood by those who are pure in heart. It's understood by those you see with your own eyes, even though you don't understand things as they are. That chant the holy name in great ecstatic love, like River does, and Lolita and others here. Okay, what else?
He's saying that.
I like a challenge like this.
I know it's fun.
Fun. I like it, man. It's even that's why I'm withholding the reading a little bit because I want to get the dribble a little bit. I like to get dribbled on a little bit here. It's nice.
He said, "Did someone buy him a Scrabble game for Christmas?"
What's that now?
Did somebody buy you a Scrabble game for Christmas?
No,
You
you
know
got to
that.
go to Acharya Dave for that. You want a Scrabble game? Go listen to Acharya Dave. He scrabbles the words. They all do. All the gurus are scrabbling the words really nice because they don't know the words of the books yet. If they did, they would know what real devotion is, and they would never dare to be worshipped by their disciples. They would never dare to be worshipped by their disciples. Only fools would do that unless they're empowered by the Lord truly, genuinely, with the symptoms. Go ahead. What else?
He's where was I? Hare Krishna. He's saying I think it was to okay, that was to
You see, the speculators, they think the persons that are putting the words right together are speculating. This is what they do. They project. Oh, you're scrabbling the words. Oh, really? I think you can check everything I say here, man. But you can't check the words that the speculate. You can't even check your words. Your words don't make any real sense. They're just scrabble. You're just speaking about yourself.
yeah,
Man.
definitely.
You don't like these talks about truth. That's why people are outside. They're outsiders. You're an outsider in that way. But anyway, Krishna brought you here to bring your scrabble, your scribble. I like to look at scribbles sometimes. It's good for preaching purposes. So your scribble here. What else is he scribbling?
If you can't handle my questions without turning it into name calling, just shows your childish mentality when he called you Charlie Brown.
I like that. I told you I like that.
And then he says,
But wait a second. Read that thing he said again.
well, okay, one moment. He said, if you can't handle my questions without turning it into name calling, just shows your childish mentality. That's quite true.
Yeah, but that what you say is the truth. I turn it into name calling. See, we're naming things here, naming the highest truth distinguished from illusions. So it is important to name this stuff. Otherwise, what else? What does it mean if we don't turn it into names? We're just like doing scribble and scrabble. You know, we've got to turn it into a name, a solid name. Like what is your devotional position, Barry? And what is the devotional position of real devotees like River? And why is it you don't like that devotion of these devotees? Why don't you like their realizations, which are in the book? Ooh, that's the names we need to discern. Let's call it, as it is. Yeah, go ahead. What else? Sounds easy.
So no one else can go to Vrindavan except by listening to you.
Well, yeah, listening to, okay, you got to listen to the person. Whether it's Gohari Das, you got to find somebody that is actually a resident of Vrindavan and proves it. Yeah. You see them chant the holy name, like the book said, we just read, in ecstatic love, like Lord Chaitanya and the devotees do in Vrindavan. Okay? So this is probably the only place you have access, easy access, because I haven't seen any other place. If you see, let us know. But yeah, if it's through here, because the qualities and qualification is here. Yeah, you can get, yeah. Now, is it the only place? Well, that's up in the air, but probably, to be honest, I mean, I've been to India. I didn't see any of this. I haven't seen anybody giving the kingdom. They're all no shows. We're not showing like the kingdom of prema is being given, you're going to see prema. Where do you see prema? Only here. So I guess you're probably right. I mean, at least we're preaching it. At least we're showing it. At least we're teaching it. Why not come here? It's a rare place. Where else are you going to find such a high teaching, high ecstasy? You know, everything is, all the ducks are in the row. The parampara is here. You might as well come here. You know, you are here. Can't you? But you can't recognize yet. And you probably won't, because I don't think you'll stick around. I don't think you got the desire for Krishna enough. But maybe, I don't know. You're here now. Let's see if you. I would say, come every day and find fault what I say. Just point it out. I want to hear you come for 30 days and observe closely all my faulty preaching and all my put downs. Just observe and make your comments. I'll do it. I'll make a case for you. Come here, show my dribble. And you dribble your ball, I'll dribble my ball. We'll go back and forth like this. Sometimes I'll throw the ball to you and you dribble it. Sometimes you throw the ball to me and I'll dribble it. And let's see where the ball goes in the hoop. Yeah, maybe it'll go. Maybe you'll convince me. You know, maybe you'll convince me that I'm just a bunch of dribble. My dribbling is not very good, and your dribbling is better. So you come here and dribble, and I'll come here and dribble, and let's see what happens. 30 days, no less. Are you up for the challenge, Barry? Of course, you have more knowledge than Bhakti Vedanta's here, and that. So let's prove it, man. You're Bhakti Berry, and Gaur Hari Das has got titles from his devotees, call him Divine Grace, and so let's see if Bhakti Berry will be victorious with his dribbling, or Gaur Hari Das with his dribbling. Let's do superior dribble, man. Superior dribbler. What else has he got to say? I like this. This is fun.
I don't think Barry knows much about Raganuga Bhakti, because he's talking about, well, I've been doing it for 20, 40 years, and I've been listening for so long.
Well,
but he's saying 30 years listening to you would be a penance worse than hell. Oh God, he's going to go to hell, Maharaj.
Okay, say that again. Say that again.
30 years listening to you would be a penance worse than hell.
Oh, no, do only 30 days.
Yeah.
30, not 30 years. No. 30 days will be enough to ascertain. A penance worse than hell. Well, how come River? Is that a penance? Is it worse than hell? Well, it might be worse than hell for you for a while. A lot of stuff will be burning up, man. This is a baptism by fire. You listen to these words and you see these things. Oh, wow. Ooh. I don't know if you could take that fire there, Barry. I think you better take it in doses, like once in this life and get another view in another life, you know, like that. Or maybe a couple of views here, maybe try a week. I don't know.
He's saying that you're doing a Jesus trip.
Yeah, it is. You're right. It is a Jesus trip.
Yeah.
It's a Prabhupada trip. It's a Jesus trip. It's a Lord Chaitanya trip. It's a Nityananda trip. It's a trip of their disciples. It's a trip back home to Godhead. Yeah, you're right. It always is, man, when the Jesus Lord Chaitanya trip is going on. And their disciples are here to bring them back to the Lord. You're right. That's right. We're tripping out.
He's a Prabhupada disciple, isn't he?
Who?
Barry.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Is he? I mean, it's not. Why does he use the name Barry?
Well, it's back to Barry, actually, Maharaj.
So he hasn't been initiated.
Back to Barry.
Maybe the Lord.
Well, he's a Das.
He's
a Das.
Yeah. He's a Das. Back to
Barry Das.
Okay. Nice. What other what other stuff is he saying?
He's saying you need to you'll be walking on water next. And because I says to him, actually, so walking on water is just material. Who are you listening to? That's what he said, because I said something to him.
Well,
I said,
actually, we do better than walking on water. What is good is that? We're swimming in the water of bhakti, man. Now that's something. That is the miracle. Swim in this bhakti, man. It's like a water, man. You could see. You come here, man. You see the swimming, man. You see us swimming in this bhakti, man. Now that is better than walking on top of the water. No, we want to swim in the water of devotion and ecstasy and bliss and truth. Yeah. What else you got to say? Oh, you're muted. You're muted. You're muted.
sorry. River is just a yes, 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 yes fangirl, so desperate to escape the suffering of this world that she will believe anyone who throws her a bone or glorifies her.
Well, actually, yeah, she was desperate. Yeah, she's desperate to escape this
Really
material
desperate.
world. What you're saying is right. Yeah, you got to be like that, Barry, where we can't, you're not material for this. We're here to help the hopeless and the helpless because the qualities of Krishna are in the devotees. They're the protectors and the helper of the helpless and the hopeless. Otherwise, you're not the material. You got too much spirit, man. So get out there and ride the world. Let the world ride you until your spirit is broken, man. Otherwise, if you're not like River, I mean, she was like at her last straw, or her husband or would-be husband said no, gave her a call, and she was open to listening and hearing and wants out. Yeah, you got to be like that. Otherwise, there's no, the Lord saves the best for last because people won't listen. They have too much faith in the world. They have faith in these gurus to deliver them who can't deliver them. That's you, Barry. You probably have faith in those gurus. I don't know. You have faith in a message that won't deliver you. You have faith in whoever it is, or faith in your own mind, your own speculations, your own dribble. You got to have faith in the dribble of the devotees. Let it dribble all over you, man. But anyway, it takes some time. That's why I recommend if you can do it, 30 days would be, I don't know, it might be too much hell for you to go through. Because you would be a different person. You would have to transform into a real lover of Harikatha, like here, this kind of stuff. You would, people like you never ask. You just don't have the brain substance, Barry. I know you might think this is called name calling. I think this is kind of strange that you don't have the brain substance to say this. How in the heck do these people listen for 4 hours and 20 minutes to somebody who's just dribbling bullshit, if it's just bullshit? Where on earth can you do that? Where? You think you can listen to Jaipataka or Radhanath for 4.5 hours? Show me. You won't. They couldn't even go 4.5 hours. The topic is not interesting enough for them to do that, is it? This shows you we have a high degree of interest in truth, in ecstatic worship, doesn't it? We like to go deeply into it. And you don't even ask that question. You are such a fault finder, looking for faults. Oh, calling this Harikatha that keeps us spellbound for 4.5 hours dribble. Ooh. How dare this Barry say this stuff? But what do you expect? God forgive them. Here, let me do a Jesus trip, David Barry, on you. Oh, Lord, please forgive Barry. He knows not what he's saying and doing. There you go. Jesus trip. What else? Dribble some more.
Save us, Mr. Srila Gora Haridas. Turn this water into wine.
I do all the time, man. I turn these words into ecstatic emotions. The name and bliss and all that stuff. We do. This is the wine. What do you want to get drunk on material wine for? It just gives you you get dull-headed. Why the hell you want that kind of wine? We're turning this water, man. This water, these words into ecstatic devotion. The name into ecstatic devotion. Wine. See? Otherwise, it's just water, weak, right? Weak water, mode of goodness only. No, this becomes wine, intoxicating. Prove it every day here, man. Look, she's turning those words into wine, man. What other dribble we got there?
Okay.
He keeps
He wants
going.
you to do some miracles. I'm picking up some sexual hints with your dribbling comments.
That's right. It's sexual, but it's pure sexual. Pure sexual. It's our soul is meant to impregnate into God's, to mix with his essence. Yeah, it's the greatest, purest sex you're ever going to have. And it's nothing to do with seminal release. It's the soul communing. Just like, people, when they have the sex act in this world, they get very close to the body, right? Their bodies are close, interlocking, right? Very deep, right? And they think they have sex, Well, you can do that spiritually with the Lord. You get very close to the Lord. Okay? And you penetrate your body into the Lord's body. This is called communion. No dry wafers here and no intoxicating communion. That's what we do here, Barry. Yeah. So that kind of connotations. Okay? Not this material, no tantra stuff here, none of that. Nothing to do with the material body. Sex is sex. Oxytocin is the love of the world. Oxytocin, that's all it is. This is spiritual. Okay? Spiritual. When you get this you get forever. To commune with God is the greatest thing in the world. You'll want to do it for 4.5 hours. You want to do it your whole life, and after that, forever. Communing with God never gets hackneyed. It's always ever fresh, always never boring. Okay? And just by the fact you can't appreciate these wonderful words, too bad for you. Okay? That's your purification, because this is going against. These are the offenses people have. They don't like these beautiful Hare Kata. I listen myself. It's wonderful. I love hearing glorification of the absolute truth. And there you don't. That's the truth. You expose yourself here. Okay? But that's good for you. You think I'm putting you down, but I'm just raising you up out of that. If you want to be raised out of it. All you have to do is stay here and you'll be raised automatically. You'll see your bullshit. You'll see your impurities. You'll see, my God, ultimately, I'm against those who represent the true Lord. Fie on me. But you won't unless you come here regularly. Okay? You'll be just dribbling like that, seeing things as they are not instead of as they are. The devotees here see things as they are. That's why we're here 4.5 hours. You don't see things as they are. That's why you probably won't even come tomorrow. Okay? So what are you to me? I'm just giving you a chance, man. This is your chance. To see what you're really made of, if you've got any real desire, or if you're just like one of these just hardened criminals, fault finders. You find fault with this wonderful stuff that we're doing. You can't see it for what it is. Well, the only way for you, Barry, is to really check it out. Even if you checked it out just to see all my faults, look at all these faults. Just keep seeing them, man. Keep looking it out. Keep going through. You'll go through a little hell, because that's all in you, man. It's obviously it's not hell for us. We've been here together for 4.5 hours, man. So either we're in the truth or you're in the truth. And I've been where you are. I know where that is. I like this place. This to me is the truth. I like being with the real Shastras, man, the essence of them. I like to be with the real ecstatic devotion of God, which manifests here. I like to be around bold devotees who speak it and manifest it here in this world for the welfare of others, like Barry's, who are just bewildered. You're just bewildered by bullshit, man. You're bewildered by the ignorance of not seeing the beauty here going on here. That's the truth. Does Barry have any response to these things?
He said he will do the 30-day challenge if Freddie shows his ecstasy.
Oh,
It's kind of good, that, actually.
yeah, there you go. You up for the challenge there, Freddie?
Okay, I'll listen for 30 days if Freddie shows me the ecstasy he's claiming to have received by listening to your Scrabble words. Scrabble words.
It's funny, he's not impressed by the one devotees who are here. It's funny how people try to talk themselves out. You know, here he's seeing River, and he sees Lalita Ganga, sees Johan, he's on there also. Or whoever else, Govinda. You know, those were the fructifying of this bhakti is, but they pay no mind. They want to see it elsewhere. I don't know, maybe if Freddie's got it. It's hard to say because he doesn't come on. But he looks like he's happy. He sits there. He comes to every class. Must be some attraction, huh? So there you go, Freddie. You got the challenge, man. Ball's in your court now. Maybe you'll save a soul when you show your ecstasy here. You'll be impressed. Okay, well, that's good. All right. Sorry, Tom. We'll try again. Will you go on live? And no, you don't want to go on live? Yeah. If you do go on live, just read straight out and read. Don't get in a dreamy state. Try this. You kind of see me. Just read and spontaneously, just try to read with great focus, not kind of wander off. Just read with focus and see what happens. Because this is spontaneous devotional service, not something you can ascertain with your mind. And you got that in there. So just stick with that. Read, just very just reading, but attentive reading, and then see if it just comes up like this, like out of the blue. Okay? All right. Hare Krishna, everybody. We'll see you soon. Thank you very much. Thank you, Barry. Yeah, keep coming, Barry. Yeah, keep coming, Barry, if you can. And it's different here. I mean, you're going to see a show. You're going to see something that's not usual. You may not agree with all this stuff, but, come and see what happens. It'll be worth your time, believe me. And if not, we'll give you your money back. Oh, we don't take any money for this. Maybe I should charge you, give you some incentive. You got to get your money's worth. Well, why don't you pay at least $500? That'll get you through 30 days. You won't do it anyway. Okay, just come if you can and see what happens. Thank you very much, everybody.